A spotlight hits a masked figure, a TV fortune teller chatting with a famous young man. He contradicts all of her readings, from his age to his marital status, stating that he's a 20-year-old bachelor. She's Santa Dodoria, psychic extraordinaire, although the crew wonders if they can air the show after she got everything so wrong. Santa Dodoria, who's actually Seiko Ayase, Momo's grandmother, is unbothered. On her way home, she tells the cab driver to drop her off early if he wants to live. The unleashed Turbo Granny snarls at an unconscious Momo just outside the Ayase home. As the ghost picks her up by an ankle, a nail flies through the sky and knocks Turbo Granny away. Seiko strolls toward them and wonders what her granddaughter brought home this time. She tells Turbo Granny to come at her. Turbo Granny leaps at Seiko faster than the eye can see, then suddenly bursts into flame. Even Seiko is impressed by its speed. But Turbo Granny acted just how she expected, triggering a trap that bound it inside a barrier Seiko drew with her baseball bat. A similar barrier protected Seiko from that attack. Turbo Granny is peeved and promises to kill Seiko. Seiko returns the threat and whacks her with her bat. The ghost tells her that the boy she's cursed will also die if she burns outside the barrier. Seiko is again unbothered, presuming that the boy deceived Momo about being cursed. She ignites her barrier with Turbo Granny inside. Momo awakens in her bedroom with a start. She runs downstairs to find Okarun, but instead sees Seiko lounging in front of the TV. She starts to fill in her grandmother on everything that's happened, but Seiko seems more interested in her show. After Momo gets mad, Seiko says she killed the ghost. Besides, she's a fake spirit medium and ghosts aren't real. The teenager bows with her head lowered to formally apologize for the mean things she said as a girl. Seiko relents and tells her to go look in the shrine outside. Momo races to the shrine, blaming herself for getting Okarun hurt, and throws the door open. She sees him, safe and alive, then slams the door shut. She yells at him in a burst of emotions from relief to irritation. Seiko finds her and tells her that the barrier protecting the shrine will keep Turbo Granny at bay for now. She's amused that Momo has a crush on a boy like that, which she quickly denies before giving her grandma the rundown of what's happened. UFOs don't exist, Seiko responds, a reaction that Momo completely understands. Turbo Granny is a modern yokai, or ghost, Seiko tells her. She had once tried to investigate its tunnel, but Turbo Granny's power prevented her from entering. It's bound to the spirit of the tunnel and is at its strongest inside. She advises Momo to stay away, but the strong-willed teen is determined to risk everything to help her friend, just like her beloved Ken Takakura would. Realizing Momo's mind is made up, Seiko tells her to go play tag with the ghost. If she lures Turbo Granny outside of Shono City, where the tunnel is located, it should be weak enough for Okarun and Momo to defeat it. Seiko can't help. Her power is tied to their home of Kamigo City. She suggests Okarun and Momo start training now, and in time, they'll be ready to run the race. After Seiko goes back inside, Okarun apologizes to Momo for being self-centered during their fight against the Flatwoods monster. He promises to do his best to save her from now on. She tells him to stop overthinking things. Meanwhile, Seiko is watching a news report about the young man she gave a reading to earlier. It turns out that not only is he much older than he says, he has a secret partner and child. Seiko was right. The next day, an even bigger problem emerges. Okarun really has to go to the bathroom. But if Momo loses sight of him, her powers won't hold back Turbo Granny. No way does Okarun want her to see him use the toilet, so they discuss what to do. Seiko tells Momo that if she focuses her other senses, she can use her powers without relying on her vision. Finally, he can't hold it anymore, and Okarun runs inside the house. Momo stands at the bathroom door and keeps an eye on him. No one is happy about this situation. As they wait for Okarun to finish his business, Seiko suggests that with enough time, Momo can strengthen her powers. Momo turns her attention back to Okarun and sees Turbo Granny's evil visage fill the bathroom doorway. Seiko is frozen in time and blood is running from her nose. The ghost's curse allows it to kill anyone Okarun sees, and it intends to take its revenge on Seiko. It won't give Momo any time, it says, and bids her to come to the tunnel that very night. That night, Momo and Okarun are dressed in traditional robes at Seiko's insistence. They'll help protect against evil spirits. They get ready to leave, and Momo's tough-as-nails grandmother finally shows a little softness. She embraces Momo and tells her not to die. To Okarun's embarrassment, they have to take the train to the tunnel. Momo is fired up that Turbo Granny dared to threaten her beloved grandma. After the Dandadan ending credits, she changes into modern clothes despite Seiko's warning. Agyaru's battle uniform is fashion, she declares with a grin. And that's the end of this episode. If you want to watch more anime explained videos, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow our Instagram page and join our WhatsApp group for the latest updates.